Sean has been raising millions and millions of dollars. So far, $9 million for charities that are related to the troops. He has been an extraordinary supporter of the military, and that's why it's always so exciting that he participates every year in Troopathon, and he has since the very beginning.
Yeah, I'm pleased to say that I know Sean as well, and what a great guy. He's incredibly generous with his very limited time. You know, that guy works like a maniac. That's why everyone knows who he is.
I know, he does. He literally works 20 hours a week. I swear, I don't think he sleeps. I think he sleeps with his eyeballs open.
I know. He really is a trooper. Do we have Sean back?
Morgan.
Hey, Sean.
Sean! Sean
What's going on?
Hannity.
How are you?
We are so excited to have you on board for Troopathon 4. You have been a steadfast supporter of this program for so long now, and we are so grateful to you. How are you?
No, I'm good, but more importantly, I do appreciate all that you do for these brave men and women, and it's an honor to be a part of it again this year. It's an honor. I'll be making my contribution again this year, and I can't thank you enough for what you do. And I don't know if you saw, you were supposed to be on my radio show today, which I couldn't do. I had something come up, as you know. But did you see we showed some of the packs last night on TV?
We did, and we actually had Cherry Shepard on just a few moments ago, and that was so fantastic because we got a huge response as a result of that. And we are going to continue to keep talking about these care packages for as long as it takes until every single man and woman in the military in Iraq and Afghanistan gets one. And we can only do that with support of people who have such tremendous followings like yours, Sean.
Yeah, no, it's very tough for these guys, and you know what, having spent a lot of time around the military now, and you know, they're over there, it means more to them than we could possibly know. And you know, the fact that the Troopathon puts the money together, the packs together, sends it out to them, you know, it means a lot to them. And you know, we forget because you know we've become a little bit of a war-weary country, understandably. Nobody wants to be a part of war, but you know what? They're the ones that really sacrifice much harder than any of us do, and it means a lot that they get to know that we support them and love them so much.
Hey, Sean, it's SE Cup here. I just want people to know, you know, you have such a huge platform. If you could write a personal note to attach with these care packages to send to a troop, what would you say? What would you want them to know?
You know, the first thing off the top of my head is I want to say thank you. You know, the fact that, you know, I can rest my head easy at night and know that we're safe is because they put their lives on the front line for us. And while they do that, they put their own lives in many ways on hold. It's not that, you know, by leaving their families and their friends and their loved ones behind. And it's a very courageous thing to do. I know you've been over to Baghdad. I know you've been abroad. I have been abroad. And, you know, it's the strangest feeling when you begin that corkscrew landing that you have in a war zone, and all of a sudden the reality of, you know, this is a whole different place in the world from the safety and security of where we are, and the reality is that a lot of those guys have been on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tours. That's a lot of time away from freedom, a lot of time away from their personal pursuits, a lot of time in harm's way, and so it is a big sacrifice. It really is.
You know, most people don't know how much you personally contribute, Sean, and I'm going to go ahead and just embarrass you in front of everybody. But you have contributed over $45,000 to Troopathon throughout the years, and it has just been an amazing thing because you actually spurred some other talk show hosts out there to give money to, including Laura Ingraham, who, by the way, has taunted you that she gave exactly $1 more than the contribution that you did last year. So good work, Sean. We appreciate that.
Well, listen, whatever works. You know, look, you know, and I'm going to continue to contribute this year as I have in years past, Melanie. And I know you're going to send me an email where to work it out. I always do with you. But you know, I'm also proud. Look, for years we've done the Freedom Concerts too, and there's $15 million in a trust fund that we have for the children of slain or injured heroes. And you know, we're proud of the work that we've done, and it's, you know, every little bit helps. You got guys like Gary Sinise out there, and a lot of other people. Leanne Tweeden, who I think has been on her 20th trip abroad to help the troops, and and you got the USO, all the entertainers that go out there, that they give their time and energy, and people giving money. It means a lot to them, and they really deserve it. And freedom is not free, unfortunately. I wish the world were a better, safer place. I wish that were the case. It's not the reality, and the truth is that freedom has to be defended to this day, probably now more than ever.
We know your time is very limited, Sean. You've got about 14,000 different shows that you're going to be doing. You've got to get to your TV show and the radio show, all of which the hard work that you do to educate America has been gratefully appreciated by each and every one of us. The $9 million in charity, the $15 million in the trust fund that you just spoke about, you are working nonstop. We appreciate it, and our United States military men and women appreciate you as well. Thank you, Sean.
Well, you too. Melanie Morgan and everybody there, God bless you. You're great Americans, and thanks to everybody for what they're doing. I appreciate it, and thanks so much.
Sean Hannity, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give him a hand.
Woo! He is a great, great, great American.